Hello, hello. Rio for Life, Kim D here. I'm having a big hair kind of day, trying to decide if I'm going to pull it up, leave it down. I've got some physical work I need to be doing over in the kitchen and here in the packing up some things that are big. Um, just getting some more organization. When you live tiny, your choices become very important. How you utilize your space can affect how you utilize your time. And I value time very greatly. So, yeah, that'll be some challenges this afternoon. So, here I am. This new series is One Moment in Time. And I chose this as a format so that I can just take one moment out of my life, my experience, something I've heard, and bring it to you to say, okay, what do you think? So here we go. Recent experience. Tried to get in touch with a friend. Known this friend for decades, and texted. Didn't they almost didn't respond because they got a new phone, didn't recognize my number, and then did, and everything was all good. And we were going to go out for breakfast. And then that night, I get a text saying, "Hey, got an emergency. Everything, got to scrap it all." Then later, later on in that same evening, get another text. Now, here's the moment. Okay, this is the moment we're going to talk about. The text simply said, "I lied. I didn't have an emergency. I've had an issue with my back, and looks like I'm going to need surgery, and I got problems, legs don't work the way they used, and I'm ashamed to be seen." Wow. And I responded with some similar things that have gone on in some close people he knows and with myself, having 3 cadaver bone putting into my neck. I've had neck surgery. And so I remember how long and painful that process was. And so many times when I never knew if my legs were going to move or not, and I would fall. And it would happen often. Hi, hello, Nicole, Linda, TM. Nice to see you. And so, I remember feeling ashamed. Hello from South Korea. I will butcher your name if I try and pronounce it, but I'm going to mark it down so I learn it. My second husband actually served in South Korea up on the border in 91. I have this gorgeous blanket from Korea. Wonderful, thick. Oh my God, it is the most amazing blanket to have here in northern Minnesota. So I have wonderful, fond things to say and a whole story written about South Korea that I'll dig it out and do an episode on it and just read it to you. So thank you. So now back to the moment. So, I responded and then it was all good. And we actually texted a couple of times since then. Now remember, this is just this past weekend that I discovered this about my friend. I feel bad that I haven't kept in better touch and that this is new to me and it's been going on for some time. And I feel terrible that my friend, I mean, I'm grateful that they, fessed up that they were lying, but when I saw that, I lied. There's nothing wrong. I'm ashamed to be seen. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how is this person going to get help once they have surgery or they're recovering? I mean, wow, what do I do between now and then? Because there's a long time between now and then. 3.5 hours distance between me and my friend, so it's not like I can pop on over. But I was thinking about ways I can be supportive of what they're feeling right now. And I don't have to draw any attention to it. I I can just be present in a way that they know I will be, because they know me. Um, and the beauty of it all is I'm the type of person to recognize that and not make a big deal out of it and not draw attention to whatever pain and shame this 60-year-old friend, 60 just like me, is coping and feeling with this change in their life. And knowing they have people, but how do you reach out? You know, how do you, when you have that shame factor going on? Hello from Thailand. And that's the moment in time that I'm thinking of right now is I was there for a human being to reach out and say that they're ashamed. That's a trust. They trusted me to share that. And and what I'm saying and bringing about this moment in time is when you're presented with that, what do you do with it? Ooh. You don't want to jump in and be a fix-it person unless you really know, because that could be way overstepping bounds, especially someone that you haven't been that good of a friend to. Not in a long time. It's all good. It's the type of person you pick up like time stood still, like you've never been apart. But you don't want to take that for granted anymore. That, these are the, I don't. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, I'm I'm in a similar boat. I was in between two surgeries once, and I had a reaction, toxic reaction to Tylenol, which caused a liver toxicity. We almost shut my whole body down. It was like a life or death situation with the liver toxicity. And then the ibuprofen. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. The pain was out of control. And I didn't share for weeks because I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed of just being human. I was so ashamed of the human feeling that I couldn't do something on my own and was in pain. And the pain is what really, I think, drew the shame. And so if I had my friends sitting right in front of me, I would tell them, I get it. I really get it. In my way, but not yours. So I want to be here for you. And in the time that you need. I'm just grateful they made me aware of it. I mean, wow. They made me aware of something. So they trusted me. There's nothing I need to do now except be grateful that they trusted me because they know that I'll be there when they need me, just like I've always been. And I believe I'm going to have happy and healthy in my own home at least until age 92 because it's kind of a genetic thing. The women in my family history don't even go into their own little apartment, let alone a nursing home. They are happy, healthy, gardening, doing my 82-year-old grandma taking railroad ties from the front yard to the back to do her raised garden bed because her kids and grandkids weren't helping her fast enough. Yeah, that's the stock I come from. So I really plan on, 32 more years of being pretty much like I am right now. And with ups and downs, because, I'm human. And I want to be able to feel that shame or loss as I experience it, like my friend is, and be able to share either with you or with other people, so it doesn't get to that full shame spiral that you accept. You feel that shame, and it's okay. You can feel it, but move beyond going next. You know, take that next step, but sit in the moment. And that's where I came up with this plan. One moment in time. And this is one moment to embrace a lot of different dynamics. And this is how life changes for all of us. You take the one moment, and next thing you know, who knows what direction life will take you. Just that one moment at a time. Yeah, so here we are, one moment. And that's the blessing and wonderful joy is, yes, I am one. And what I do with one makes me feel joyful. I want to continue to be a person who that can feel a little bit of that sadness or anger with a situation and not have the desire to make that go away. From the decades of being raised in a cult where these feelings and all kinds of things weren't allowed, they weren't encouraged. They were not definitely not encouraged. And I get it. I really do. I used to be envious of those people who, oh man, they would just be vocal about, I don't know, harsh feelings, or they're more critical but not judgmental. I've been in amazement. It's a different type of assertiveness and a to me, it was like a powerful type of person, more direct, a little less touchy-feely, but still with emotion and concern. Hope that makes sense. And that's kind of the sentiment and energy I want to give my friend, is I want to give them that I'm okay, I'm good, I'm solid. And I think by showing that, it's gonna let them know they can lean on me a little more. Because a lot of us, we don't do it because we don't wanna give someone some more, we don't wanna give them any more. We know most everybody's got a lot going on in their lives, and we don't wanna add to it. When we don't realize we're not really adding to, we're enhancing. We're all alone, but we're all alone together, so come on, let's do a little bit more together. So there you go. One moment that really gave me a pause to think about a little bit of the past, a little reminiscing of things with my friend, and hopeful of the future. Um, this is a vivacious person. This is the person I can be most dangerous with. I've gone snowmobiling in the Rocky Mountains. I've gone three-wheeling, not four-wheeling. I've gone downhill skiing with this person. And only this person, because it's that kind of, I don't know. You can go outside your bounds and drive a little faster because you know you're safe. And even if something were to happen, you're still safe. And for them to be vulnerable just hit me hard. It's like, wow, my adventurous person, Matt, is having a little downtime. Little reality check, change in focus, which is amazing and sad because we don't want the shame spiral. So there you go. It's a beginning all the way around, all because a little honesty and a little safety. And I hope you can be that for someone, that safe space where they can turn to just know that their burden was a little bit enlightened just by them sharing the fact that it's real. And that's all that happened in the exchange of that moment. Nothing super huge and life shattering, just a simple exchange of someone willing to say, hey, I'm going through something and it's a little bigger than me. That's it. That's it. That's the only statement, the only moment that was expressed. No help needed, asked for, or warranted at the present time. Just a statement to say this is real. And so now things will be a little real. And, as my friend and I reconnect in the next few weeks and months, we'll see. That's the joy of life. So I am going to end and get off to working on my kitchen and doing some other things out in my wonderful world of the Chicken Run in northern Minnesota, Chisholm, Hibbing, Keewatin, and Nashwauk. Oh, so sorry. Before I forget, we got to do the YouTube-y stuff. You got to like it. You got to share it. Well, you don't got to, but anyways, it would be appreciated if you like it, share, subscribe, pay attention to the Buy Me a Coffee. That's pretty much where my focus is for outside of YouTube. Once I'm monetized, because I am working actively towards that. Kim D Heye, Heye, is where I am on Facebook. You can follow me there. I have different things. I'm keeping it real simple with the platforms because, believe it or not, guys, I never left MySpace. Okay? Yeah, never left. And so I'll do an episode on that where I'll log in and we'll play around on MySpace for you. So I'm pretty solid on some of the platforms that I'm working on. I'm probably going to go into Patreon just because I really like it and it's very kind of simple. A couple Spotify channels out there I've been working on, kind of like reading my local newspaper and having some fun with. I like the vocal, I like the radio aspect, I like the non-visual. I'm kind of working on being more accepting of the fact of the flyaway hairs that only I really pay attention to. So here we are. You and I are going to go through these ups and downs together. So like, subscribe, drop a little money here and there. I'll show you the amazing things I do with $20. I have a cottage food license and I'm doing dog treats. And so I also crochet with embroidery floss. I do these crocheted earrings. So you can pick the color. I have all 447 embroidery floss colors. And you can help me help you. We've got holidays coming up. Stay tuned. There's going to be all kinds of a variety of things here, especially, with the concerns people have about food and their EBT and SNAP and all of the pantries that are already having issues keeping up their stock. I'm going to connect with a bunch of other people, and we're going to be showing a lot of different ways that you can utilize simple pantry items and food to make it go further, do different. And a lot of it is going to include countries like Thailand, like Korea, the Greek islands, Mediterranean. Let's see. Oh, I've done a lot with Jewish food. We're going to take all different kinds of cultures and the things I've studied and learned, and we're going to utilize them. So maybe it's one of your first times having a lot less of a food money budget. Let's throw in some staples from other countries to make it interesting while you're going through a tough time. So there you go. I'm kind of thinking, let's find together. Um, so many people have next to nothing, but you know what? We eat. We really do our best to try and stay alive. And so, hey, oh my goodness, I'm recognizing your name. And once again, I love the language of all of these cultures, but I'm going to kill your name. I am so grateful that my name is Kim, not Kimberly. My dad had a crush on the actress Kim Novak from the 60s, and her name was Kim, not Kimberly. And Kim means chief, or from the meadow, chief, king, ruler. And I really dig that. Because in so many other cultures, my name has a different kind of strength and power that I've never given it. And so here we are. We're going to test out a little bit of this chief ruler and see where we go with it, at least on my channel, because it is my little domain. So stay tuned, have fun, watch some of my stuff, share it. In the community page, community section, make your comments, ask your questions. There's something you want me to share or that you want to share with me, there's that. Email's easy to find, man. We will connect. You want to come on and share some little airtime and space. Let's make this happen. It's a whole new world out here when you're making connections like this. So thank you for being here for this moment in time. And I want you to know that every breath is another chance and another choice. So get out there and live it.